Commissioners to order. And I'd like to turn the chair over to Al Albert.
Okay.
Okay?
Would you like me to move there or just
Well, you can
take
sit
it
right
from
there.
here? Okay.
I don't know if you want the gavel or anything, but you can take, you have the...
Well, you
the
know
agenda.
something, after 21 years, I don't mind having the gavel.
Well, here you go. There's the gavel.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Let's make you official.
Give himself a raise though, why don't you?
Okay, the annual meeting is called to order. And first item on the agenda is the minutes from the previous annual meeting. And I'd like to entertain a motion to
Make a
include
motion
those.
to accept the annual.
I'll second that motion, since I can actually make motions.
Yeah.
Yes, this is banner for you too.
Well, at least for a year.
Okay, we'll move to election of officers, and the floor is open for nominations for president.
I'll make a motion to renominate Dennis.
Second.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. If there are there any other nominations? If there are not, then I would entertain a motion to close the nominations.
I will be closing nominations. for president.
Second.
And I'll entertain a motion to ask the Assistant Secretary to cast one vote for Commissioner Croswell to be president.
I'll second that.
You'll make a motion?
Oh, I need to make that motion.
Yes.
Sorry. I make the motion.
I second that motion.
And all in favor?
All right,
Aye.
All opposed? It's unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And I'll turn the chair over to President Croswell.
Okay, you're elected.
Thanks.
It's your burden.
Yeah. Now I'd like to open up nominations for secretary.
I'll make a motion to nominate Bob to continue on as secretary.
I second it.
Okay. Okay, are there any other nominations? Hearing none, do I have a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Okay, Harold. Okay.
And seconded.
Okay, motion for the Assistant Secretary to cast one vote for Bob to be Secretary.
I'll make that.
Bob will make that motion, second. Got a second?
Second?
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. This is passed. Congratulations, Bob. Committee assignments, since we only made them a meeting or so ago, I guess we'll
Last month,
continue
yeah.
the same committee assignments for the next year, and as we discussed, even at that point in time, you're all welcome to participate in most of all those meetings that we do have. The next annual meeting will be next June 13, 2018. So I need a motion to adjourn to the regular meeting. Do I need a motion, Al, for that, I guess?
No, that's fine.
I just need to go?
You do need a motion.
Okay.
I'll make that motion to adjourn to the regular meeting.
Okay.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Now we'll move on to the regular meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners for the month of June. Now, reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll motion to accept.
Second.
Okay? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Presentation of bills and accounts.
I'll make the motion to accept the bills and the accounts.
Second.
Presented.
I second it.
Motion and a second. Those in favor? Opposed? Okay. The RFP Performance Energy Contracting. That's from Johnson Controls. That's the one we discussed last meeting.
Oh, yeah.
I know I had a number of questions, and in the packet, they kind of responded to at least my questions, and submitted a new agreement, project development agreement. So I'm looking for, I guess, a motion to accept this agreement.
So moved.
And seconded.
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay, great.
Thank you.
So, Judy, I guess you'll notify Johnson Controls and we'll go forward from there with...
Actually, I met with them while we were here, and they were here, we all kind of had sat down and talked together the other morning, and they'd like to have a kickoff meeting to get this whole project rolling, next week on the 20th.
The 20th?
Yeah, that works
Okay.
for, if that's, and it would be a great idea if anybody who wants to attend could attend. We'll kind of define what the scope and how we're proceeding, and certainly, Al and his staff have to be there, or meter staff would have to be there.
Do you have a time for that meeting at all, or proposed time?
And that can certainly be readjusted if we need to. But that was just the date that we all kind of looked at our calendars and said, yeah, that works for me, that works for you. But,
Okay.
when I got back in on,
Okay, I mean, I'm available in the morning that day.
and I think we decided it would be okay to do it at 10. And then, it'd be done by noon.
Sounds good, okay. Well, you let us all know when you get back, the confirmation of that, and
Yep.
those who can or want to attend can. Okay. The SCADA system. Again, kind of refer to Judy's memo, meeting notes.
Yeah, I mean, that's, we don't even have to, we're actually ready to go and bid on that. We have to first submit it to DOH because of the conditions of the storm mitigation loan program. DOH has to approve the design or approve the project. Then we'll go bid. And the bid documents are going to be just so that we're going to do everything but those 4 sites that we don't have the funding for. And hopefully, Al and I are putting together that, the new loan application, the new grant application that's due the 23rd. And hopefully, if we're successful there, we'll have the money to do the rest.
Okay, so there's nothing we need, any business we need to take at this point in time.
Absolutely not.
You've submitted
Update us. Pardon me?
you submitted the plans to DOH, or is that going to be for?
That's going to happen probably next week. Tom's working on that as well as the bid docs. That's what has to go to DOH, the bid docs, and they have to look at those, and the specs, the documents and specs, they have to go and they have to approve.
Okay, and then once DOH approves it, then we go out to bid.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
The other thing is, the one thing I apologize, I had attached in your program the proposal from TDM to do the programming for the system. So we would go out to bid for the equipment and the installation contractor, and we would hopefully hire CDM at a cost not to exceed, I think in the proposal, $209,559, which is within the scope of the project budget for the original project.
But we've already approved that amount, right?
Yeah, that would, if you could, that would be great, Certainly you could wait till next month, but then they can get started on it that much sooner.
So are you saying we need a motion to proceed with the design?
So the design is complete, Peg. We need a motion to award the contract to program, into the computer programming. Once we get the hardware installed, kind of goes hand in glove with the bidding process. The bidding, DOH consider approval, we're gonna go out to bid for the equipment and the installation of that equipment. And what we'd like CDM to do is to do proposals, to do programming. As you recall from bidding order, that's what we didn't do. We let the installation contractor, the GC, subcontract out to the programming, and that's where we ended up with all of these problems. It would be advantageous to us to have the design engineer also be the guy that does the programming, because then it goes out of his head into our computer system.
And do we have another quote for that?
We should to approve that contract. Now, if you want to, I sent that out in your board package, but if that has to wait till next month, it's not critical.
That was the first, that was the thing included.
Say that again?
That was the document included in the board package, not the document that you sent us by email.
Correct.
That is not the document I sent you by email.
No, that was the one in the board package, okay.
Included in the board package.
It was this one here, it was the CDM's March 3rd, 2017.
This one, right.
Yes,
Yes,
that's the
okay.
proposal to
Program the system,
program the system for $209,559.
which was in her memo of June 8th.
Okay.
Correct.
And you were talking Tom's presentation on the phone about, shortfall in funding, that we decided that it made a lot more sense to do all of the programming up front to the whole system, even if we couldn't afford to buy all the equipment for all the stations at once.
Okay.
Programming should be done by the same person all on time. Then it's just kind of a plug and play.
That makes sense. Okay, I was mistaken. I was confusing it with the design of the project for the infrastructure grant.
And I can certainly understand that.
Okay.
So do we want to entertain a motion now, or do we want to wait till next week, or next month?
Let's move it so we can get started, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I'll make the motion to get started on this program.
okay, so there's a motion to award the contract to design the SCADA programming to CDM as outlined in the March 3rd, 2017 submission.
I second it.
Okay, Harold second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Great. You got that, Al? You all set?
I do, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the Biddy Water UV. I don't know if you want to report, Judy, go ahead.
Well, Jim and I have been working with Tom Janine from CDI, and I think and Bill has as well. We finally got it in the point where he understands, his expertise is not in bidding municipal work in New York State, so we've had to do a lot of education on that end, and I think we're finally at a point where we're ready to go to bid. He's going to get us all the documents so that we can review them in their final form. And then Bill will certainly review them to make sure that they comply with general municipal bid law, and that, all the Department of Labor prevailing wage rates are included in all those. And then we should be able to go out to bid. And he said the schedule, I got while I was here, so I really haven't had time to look at it carefully. But, the idea is to back it into the August meeting, so that we do everything. So, Jim, is that right, the August or September meeting? Jim had time to look at the schedule, and I certainly agree with his recommendation, whatever that was.
Yes, so basically, his schedule is kind of very rigorous between the pre-purchasing of the equipment and then the installation by a contractor. So we looked it over, discussed with Judy. I recommended a lengthier time on the bidding by the contractors because they are very busy right now, and I don't want contractors to get specs and say they would have bid on it if they had more time. I don't want to hear that. If everything goes as planned right now, theoretically, we should have a contractor on board mid-September. It's about a month of installation, so by mid-October, we would have the job substantially complete. That's provided Bill looks at the documents and says they're municipal law, they're okay.
So when do you think we're going out to bid then?
Well, it would be the latter part of this month.
Go to bid the end of June.
He has it in his, let me just pull the schedule out a second.
And then we would be in the position of approving the contracts in July then? Is that what the
You would
expectation
approve
is?
yes, you would approve the contract, the bids would be in there, and then the contract award would be in July for the pre-purchase of the equipment. And then the next one for the contractor, I think I have down August 9th, which is the board meeting, second Wednesday in August, for the award of the contractor to install it. So there'll be a month apart between the pre-purchase of the equipment versus the installer.
So there'll be two different proposals. One is the pre-purchase of the equipment and
UPS
then,
unit, right,
and then the second one is the actual contractor to install it.
correct.
Okay.
If that's the case, then by mid-September, we should be able to start the work, physically start the work by mid-September.
Okay. So great. So we'll look forward to the July meeting for contract to approve then. Okay, moving on. Cooper Lake improvements. Again, there's probably not a whole lot to report. You did include in our packet the final letter that eventually went out from Assemblyman Cahill and Senator Amador to the DEC Commissioner requesting that they include dam projects in the 2017-2018 Water Infrastructure Act. So we'll see where that goes on that.
Just kind of give a quick update on that. Senator Cahill had, the woman, Sabrina Todd, who's the CEO of ESC, she came down to give a presentation for the local people last Friday. And I went, even though, you know, we're well on our way to getting our application together. But Senator Cahill's Lori was there. Lori realized she's the principal author of this letter. She said that she's kind of concerned. Usually when you send something to DEC, you actually get a follow-up. Like, we got your letter, thank you very much. She's going to follow up with a phone call. And we actually, Jim Quigley and I were there, and we sat down with Sabrina from ESC and Lori and kind of explained where we were coming in. ESC wasn't even aware that it was an issue, that it wasn't included in it. And so they're going to kind of push it on their end for DEC as well.
I know, like, normally if a legislator writes any correspondence to a commissioner, they normally respond back fairly rapidly, and that's normally high on their agenda. I know when I dealt with DOH, and whenever Senator Assemblyman wrote to the Commissioner of Health, they went through their public affairs group pretty rapidly with a turnaround date, with an expected response back in its track. So I can't imagine that DEC would be operating much differently and getting back to us in some fashion. So we'll wait.
Well, that's what she said. The letter's been in a little over a week, and she hadn't heard anything. So this week she was following up with a phone call to get that letter that you just described.
Okay, so we'll see what happens before next week, that's for sure,
Right.
or next month.
Right. Right.
Okay, we'll wait and see on that. Otherwise, no one's been knocking down our doors to do much differently at this point in time, so we'll move on. Transmission main rehab project.
It's underway. The survey is being completed. Probably this week they'll come back a couple of points that they missed they're going to pick up. We had given some deeds that they don't seem to be able to find in the county clerk's office, so I knew where they were in our files. We copied them and gave them. Last week Debbie supervised the geotechnical borings that they needed to know to find out how far bedrock was down. We made sure that our distribution guys were there to make sure that they like filters made. It could happen, that could be a problem. And the actual, once those documents and that information gets back to Tom, the actual design work should be underway. It should be pretty quick for him to finish that.
So do you have a rough estimate that when you think we'll see at least the initial design documents?
I would say a couple months, we should see like a 60%, 30% before that, maybe 30% really doesn't tell you a whole lot, but we should probably by the August meeting have 60% design document. Tom's pretty quick, he doesn't like to linger on stuff, he likes to, keep it moving.
Okay, so they'll be submitting, what are the different percentages of submissions? I always get,
They usually submit something at 30, 60, and 90, and 90 is pretty much all complete, other than,
yeah,
you want to tweak the language here, tweak the language there. But 30 is really, it's kind of, this is a project. You want to make sure you have all the elements. And 60 is really, you're almost there, and 90, you're pretty well done.
so you expect 60% design documents in August sometime?
I would hope so, but I think it's a better sense of that too. Tom will have a better sense of that once he gets the survey work back and the geo boards back. He'll know what he's up against in terms of the environmental stuff there and what he can actually design, what project he's actually designing. So I'll have a better feedback for you at the July meeting. In fact, I'll specifically ask him to give you that. But my guess is we have at least a 30% design docs by the August meeting.
Okay. Any questions anyone have? Okay. Moving on, water infrastructure grant application.
I've been working hard on this. I think we're on track to make the June 23rd submission. It has to be done in this Friday by 5 o'clock. Al probably hasn't seen his email, but I just emailed him the last historic preservation letter. We have to get time off from them that we're not disturbing any cultural artifacts here. And so I got the last one there. Tom will, we're waiting on him, basically, Al's birthday on road, it's just the engineering, he has to do an engineering report. Shouldn't take a terrible amount of time because, kind of an extension of what we previously submitted. And he's got to give us project schedule, project budget.
Yes, correct.
And we should be able to pull all that together next week, and then we should be able to move forward. The two things I need tonight, absolutely need tonight from the board is, I had a phone call with Tom's, the person on his staff that is an environmental expert, and this is definitely a type 2 action under seeker. And I submitted to you the resolution that we need. The board has to declare it as such. And under the State Environmental Review Act, you can either be type 1 to type 2 or an unlisted action. And the best of all those is type 2 because that from the outset just says your project has no environmental significance and doesn't need any further review under the Seeker Act. And that's where I think we are.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
So we're looking for then a motion to declare or recognize this as a type 2 SECA action.
This is the resolution.
Yeah, this is,
Do we have to sign that tonight?
yes, well, I guess we need,
It
well,
has to be done by the 23rd, so unless you want to come back and do it tonight.
Let's do it.
let's get it out of the way now that we're meeting. So I need I guess, a motion to declare it a type 2 SECA action, right?
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, do you want us to take care of this right now, or do you have to?
Yes, well, actually, this
that
is a
the-
little larger version of what you have. If you'll sign next to your name,
Go on, you can sign
Start now?
where your name is.
sign where your name is, and
Indicate your-
there's a box, right, there's
Yes or
yes or
no?
no.
Yes, yes.
And you also, you see at the top, there's room for who made the
Right,
motion.
well, you have
who seconds
that,
it.
you have that down.
Bob made the motion and Peg seconded it.
Correct.
Now, Judy, you met with Common Council, the Finance Committee, and got bond approval, right? That was what you did last meeting?
Yeah, we have all that. Al has that in possession.
Yes.
That was passed at the last common council meeting, and the mayor signed off on the resolution, and Al has the copy.
Yes. Great, okay.
Okay.
So if Bob finished signing that,
And then it needs to be signed by the president at the very bottom.
oh, okay, I
David?
didn't see that, I'm sorry, I signed up on top. Today is the 14th?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then the second motion we need is a motion to approve the engineering agreement or contract, which was what was emailed to us with the chart that Al just handed to us. And this obviously, as Judy indicated before, includes as part of it the SCADA project that wasn't funded from the previous grant project up above.
So I'll make that motion to authorize CDM to proceed with the design of the SCADA project.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And in your motion, I just request that, Peg, would you state the amount, the cost not to exceed?
209?
Now,
No,
this
no.
is
354, 200.
354,200.
Okay, that's the one, okay.
This is the one that,
All right, at a cost not to exceed $354,200.
Thank you.
anybody have any other questions about that project this time? So, Judy, you'll get that into, you submit that to Environmental Facilities Corporation?
That will be submitted, yes, it's part of the application.
And that deadline is June 23rd.
It is.
By close of business.
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing else for that, right?
No, I think that's all we need, right, Al?
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, plant windows. Referring back to Judy's memo of June 8th, kind of explaining where we are, and I don't think we're looking for a motion to do anything at this meeting, because I think you're waiting for one more estimate back from Crawford Door and Window.
Right, and I think Debbie called them, and I think they were coming out this week. We should certainly have a formal proposal, another proposal by the next board meeting.
So we can defer this to the July meeting and make a decision. I mean, these windows have been
Talking about it for a
a
while.
long time. I
They keep
mean,
breaking.
so, and it's the summer season, so it's not like we're losing
What, heat?
heat, so.
Well, could
gaining
we,
heat.
could we make a motion to accept the lowest bid when we get it, so we can speed it along?
Yeah.
We can do that, but I think that by the time we get everything, I mean, and then Al will also have time in the interim, and I think he's already looked at this, to figure out how we're gonna pay for this within the current budget.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wait, I mean, there's,
Yeah.
In answer to your question, Harold, it's better that you actually accept an actual bid for an actual amount by resolution, rather than locking yourself into the lowest bid, which the board may feel is not appropriate. Okay?
yeah.
Right.
The quality of the bid may not be up to the level of sober, I mean, not a big rush. We'll-
Okay, as long as it's not a rush on.
No.
We certainly don't need to go, I mean, we have the bid now, it's 29,000 and change. And I haven't met with this person, neither has Al, but the plant staff has, and they're comfortable with this individual, it's a quality product. But I think we'd all like to look at it a little more, before we kind of, spend that kind of money. But it's below the New York State bid threshold, so we don't need bids, we just need several quotes, which we're in the process of getting. So just kind of wanted to put it on everybody's radar screen so that we can get it going before we really need it in September and October and November.
Okay, any other questions, anyone? No. Okay, surplus vehicles.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Okay,
You have a motion for us now?
thanks a lot, I get the surplus. We have 6 vehicles that it would be asked of the board to declare surplus tonight. And they're vehicles that we've replaced with the purchase of the new vehicles that we received at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, okay? And in the past, we have used a firm called Auctions International. They use an online bidding method, and we found it successful in the past of getting a price for our vehicles. They do get a lot of exposure. As a matter of fact, the representative from Auctions International was on our site today, and the vehicles are parked at the filter plant, and he took pictures of the vehicles and filled out a report of the state of the appraisal of the vehicle as far as condition. And so I spoke to him today, and he expects that he can get the vehicles at this point online probably within 2 weeks.
Did he give you any rough idea how much you thought they were worth?
Yes, and I specifically asked him, I came up with a rough idea on my own, and I was amazed when he came back with the same number. And it's approximately 12 to 15,000 is
for all 6.
For all 6, yes. And that's the number that I had come up with myself prior to speaking to him. So that's now just in terms of so you know where the budgeting stands. In terms of surplus budgeting, we did not really budget for any amount for these vehicles, not really knowing at the point of September when the budget's actually being organized, what the status was going to be of those. So you can, the budgeted amount for sale surplus for this year is only $1,000. So you can consider the overage of whatever we do make on these vehicles to possibly be something that could fund out of operations, something that we may not have thought of budgeting expense-wise.
Kind of like windows.
Like
Windows. It's part of Windows.
Yes. So
It's newfound money, so to speak.
that's
hopefully.
yes. And so just to continue the timeline, I told him that the next board meeting would be July 12th, and so he intends to have the bids to us, or is it July 13th? July 13th. He intends to have the bids to
Well,
us.
it's July 12th, but I got a request to even move that back to people, deal with that. Well, I don't know how that would we can deal with it now or whatever, because that might affect the response from him.
It won't. I mean, he said
Okay.
that's plenty of time to
Okay.
do the bidding, and he would have the results back by July 11th.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if you want to discuss the meeting date later.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that at the end, but
Yes.
as long as it doesn't affect your date.
It won't. As a matter of fact, at that point, if it's gonna be put out a little farther, I'll
We
let
can
you
just
know.
let them know and give you an extra
They'll-
week
they'll
or
have-
so of time to,
Exactly.
so we need a motion then.
Yes.
You have one written up that we could
I
use?
do, I do. And what I've written is, a motion was made by and seconded by to declare the following KWD for Kingston Water Department vehicles as surplus and to be sold by Auctions International. And I listed the 6 vehicles by their year, their make, and their VIN number.
Okay,
So I'll put that motion in the minutes if somebody
like to entertain that one?
I'll make that motion.
I'm happy to make that motion. So
Okay, make the motion. Bob seconds.
Okay.
Those,
Who's second?
Bob.
Oh, okay.
Those in favor? Opposed? Thank you, Al.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll find use for that money, whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll pay for a third of the windows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe almost a half.
Right.
Correspondence?
I have nothing.
Haven't seen anything?
No.
Okay.
Nothing really good. Okay, none. Superintendent's report. I actually have,
Questions?
I have a question, Judy, about an update or any more information on the scouring system for filter 13.
Oh, yes, I actually met with Robert Silver was here, we had a little sit down the other day, and I suspect that, the part of the issue was, we had been contacting the engineer on their staff, Ryan, who had left the company. So our emails weren't being returned, so it was a little troubling. And Tom and I finally called, the office and found that information out. And when I met with the founder's son yesterday, Dave, their field guy, he's also an engineer. He should be there next week to resolve it. The important thing is that we put both Robert and OCS, the general contractor, on notice that we can't air scour filter 13. It's crossed out every time. Don't know what it is, whatever it is, they'll deal with it.
Okay, so next week we expect the field tech to be on site and to
Yes.
conduct the evaluation, try to figure out what's going on there.
Whatever it is, it's to us, the uneducated, it looks as if there's a broken air scour in there, because it acts like it's plugged. Like it did before. And so, they know how concerned we are about that.
So what's the repair? They're gonna dig out all the sand and media out?
Yeah, they have to blow the sand out, at least some of it, the anthracite sand to do it. The good news is, we have 5 tons of it sitting there left over that I was gonna try to sell or give away, preferably sell. But we're gonna hang on to it until we find out if we have to, and they also have a way to take it out and put the sand right back in.
Save some of it at least, reuse some of it. But it's basically, you gotta go in there, physically remove the sand, repair what's broken, and then
Yeah.
fill the stuff back up, the filter back up again,
No,
okay.
it could be there's an electrical issue with the valve or something that when Dave is there, he'll be able to figure that out.
And this should be covered up under all the warranties and agreements or whatever? Or don't you know?
Pardon me?
Will this be covered under,
Yes, this is definitely on them. I mean, we have, they're gonna stand behind this for a full year, and, it hasn't been a couple of months, and this is a little long, so whether the contractors installed it wrong, but this guy will be able to tell that, and then they're all gonna be on site on the same day, and we'll figure out a plan of action to get correct.
okay. Any other comments, questions? Motion to accept the superintendent's report?
So, second.
Okay. Anything else, Judy, other than going into executive session?
No, the and you know what, I only had one thing for executive session, and you know what that is, so.
Yeah, okay, so,
The farm.
yeah, well, I'll entertain a motion, to go to executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
those in favor?
And,
Okay.
no, contract, which,
Not expecting a whole lot coming out of executive session, Clark, but you're welcome to wait around.